love, we in this, we ain't gotta make cash from it. Get the rock to Simmons, guaranteed he make that bucket. Money in the bank, kick it to Ray. It's shot like Allen, wanna see the footage, Donnie and Max. They got the cameras and ride automatic, can't let this guy shoot. But they can dump it down to pasta for them inside scoops. And Webb holds it all together, won't find a glue trace. Keep your shoes laced if you pull up on the hoop state.
What is up, everybody? I need everyone to go over to hoopstatestore.com right now. Not later, right now. Get everything you need, hoodies, t-shirts, long sleeve, anything you could ever imagine, hats. Be sure to head over to hoopstatestore.com and get everything you want. We have so many different items available. It's going to be a great opportunity for you to rep our brand. We appreciate your support. And also, find us on social. Twitter at the Hoopstate, Instagram at Hoopstate Network, and it's going to be a great year of basketball ahead. We want to see you in.
For the love, we in this, we ain't gotta make cash from it. Get the rock to Simmons, guaranteed he make that bucket. Money in the bank, kick it to Ray. It's shot like Allen, wanna see the footage, Donnie and Max. They got the cameras and ride automatic, can't let this guy shoot. But they can dump it down to pasta for them inside scoops. And Webb holds it all together, won't find a glue trace. Keep your shoes laced if you pull up on the hoop state.
What is up, everybody? Welcome in Hoop State Game Day. Miles Mastrocola here with Rod Bridgers, live from Greenfield School for the Hoop State 252 tip-off. Rod, you were, a key integral piece in putting this whole deal together. Night one was a success. Day two is going to be crazy. I expect this place to be completely packed. How's it feel so far?
No, so far so good, man. Just just the environment, being back home, just being in Greenfield School. Like, this is like to me and Wilson, this is like a legendary, like a landmark place where just you see great things happen all the time. Last night we had three interesting games. The outcome's a little different than maybe anticipated, but no, night one was a success. I'm just looking forward to getting day two started. Yeah, so let's give the people a quick recap of day one. TBS got a big win over Crossroads Christian, and it was the Zion Walker, Steven Lassiter, and then Cam Flippin kind of closed the deal. Right. How do you think George Marshall is getting this group going now that they're a few games into the year? It's kind of what we talked about last weekend. It's just like with TBS, like, they're a work in progress. Like, they played a lot over the summer, but they played a lot in the fall league. And even in the fall league, you saw that continuity start to grow as the season went on. Now you're seeing it translate into the regular season. Like, they've hit the ground running. Cam Flippin and Zion Walker is as good as a backcourt there is in the state of North Carolina right now. The dogs defensively. Zion is taking that next step as a leader, a facilitator, as well as being a scorer as well too. So it's just been exciting to see. Steven Lassiter, man, just what a pickup for them. Yeah, like, what a pickup. Like, he's just that versatile. In this state, when you got a guy that's 6'5", in that 6'6" range that can stretch the floor, get down low, defend, do things like that, like, they're invaluable. And I was going to say, what a move for him going over there, completely changing kind of how people think of him as a prospect, and has established himself now as a no-brainer scholarship guy and going to be in a lot of big games and help TBS win a lot of big games this year. Right. So they got off to a good start. Second up, Millbrook throttled first flight. I don't think we expected the score to be quite like that. Yeah. But that's, credit to Millbrook for making things happen. Colt Langdon, Giant Walker were both really good. Gabe Serta found a way to make some plays when needed. When Walker and Langdon are going like that, how difficult of a check are those two in public school basketball? I mean, they're impossible to check. Like, I mean, there's probably a handful of teams in the state that have multiple, that have Division I wings that can compete with those guys. So just that's just they're imposing their will. For Millbrook, it was, they was just settling into that game. The first quarter and a half, first flight did a good job of pushing the pace, pushing the tempo. The biggest key was, can they sustain that? And they made some errors that they typically don't make, and it got out of hand. Yeah, because at one point the score was 26-23, early second quarter, and it just went left from there. But Coach Chaz, he's a positive guy, glass half empty type of guy, so he understands that it's one game, put it aside, we got to come back and compete again today at 1:30. Yeah, they got a big one later today, and then the nightcap, Greenfield School knocks off Cape Fear Academy. We had the Cape Fear coach ask for a tech, which was an interesting move. I've never seen anyone quite do that. Yeah. I respect it, though. I do respect the gangster for sure. Yeah, absolutely. He was clapping and like, team me up. Yeah, team me up. I wanted it. Yeah, I wanted it. Yeah, I had never seen anything like that. It was a somewhat preposterous move, but they ended up losing the game. It was close. I think Greenfield kind of got an 8 to 10 point cushion and kind of maintained that. And it felt like this group with Coach Rob Salter, they are one
big group together. They're locked in, they're deep, they got guys that can make shots, and they look like a scary bunch, Rob.
So this Greenfield team is a little different because you know with Greenfield teams in the past, you've always had that. You've had a balanced team, but you've always had that star, whether it's been a Kobe White, has been like an Aaron Roundtree, or a Brian Richardson, or whoever. You know, you've always had that star guy. This team here is a lot more balanced, or even like last year, like with Aaron Murphy.
Yeah.
But this team here is balanced. One thing you see about this Greenfield team is they really enjoy playing with each other.
Yep.
They love playing. They share the ball. They do things to get the guys open shots. Like, for example, like the guy Cole Evans. The kid Cole Evans, he can shoot the cover off the ball. Every time he got in the game, they ran something to get him an open look. And that's what you got to do as a team. Like, Matt Kirby was awesome last night.
Yep.
Pushing the pace, getting into the paint, getting his offense, finding himself. Hampton Evans does what he does. You know, Greenfield's a really good team.
And I was going to say, Hampton really shot it poorly last night, but played really well.
Yeah.
So, and, you know, he kind of had that kind of summer with Team Loaded where it was either, you know, shooting the ball really well or not. So it was streaky for him. But the fact that he has the nose to the ball, able to get those and ones, able to, you know, get those offensive rebound putbacks.
Right.
If he's able to make shots, they're going to be really, really tough to beat. But I think the biggest thing that I've noticed with this Greenfield team is there are 8 guys that could lead them in a single game in scoring on any given night. It could be Atkinson, it could be Kirby, it could be either of the Edwards brothers, and it's interesting to see how this team is gonna how teams are gonna prepare to play against them because they have so many different ways they can beat you, and just because they don't necessarily have like that star like you said, they're still gonna be in situations to win a lot of games this year against good teams.
No, I agree. They did a really good job last night of turning defense into offense, half court pressure, things like that, just getting up and down, flying around the ball like that. That's a staple of Greenfield basketball. So
yeah, definitely. So that was good, and we got some big time games today. Quickly, we'll break it down a little more. What kind of environment can people expect for this Greenfield Wilson prep game tonight? For anyone watching at home that's like, hey, I'm thinking about coming, you should probably get here before, I'd say, 2:30, 3 o'clock.
Yeah, if you want a good seat, 2:30, 3 o'clock. If you're trying to squeeze in, I'd say 4:30. But I mean, just the environment, man, is going to be in here. It's going to be crazy because you have to be here to understand the dynamic behind it. You know, Anthony Atkinson helped Rob Salter get his first 2 state championships here. I mean, before Kobe White, I mean, Ant was the best player to ever come through Greenfield. Excuse me. But you know, with that being said, I mean, it's just like Ant's Greenfield royalty. His jersey's retired here, so this game means a lot to everybody. Like one thing I mentioned that this game is not about records, it's not about wins and losses. It's about just sheer heart who wants it more. It's almost like to me, it's like a Duke Carolina type rivalry where, you know, it's about who wants it more. Yeah, definitely. And Greenfield has the opportunity to host. We're going to bring on Rod Edwards, assistant coach here at Greenfield, as both his sons play for the team here in a minute. Quickly, I want to, while we do that, while we wait for him, I want to touch on one thing real quick. Oak Hill, West Charlotte at George Lynch. Obviously, we had the crazy live show where Coach Stoneman called in. What? Crazy? No. A little bit. Did not expect all that. But either way, there's been a lot of controversy surrounding Oak Hill this week. They canceled 2 games, and now they have to go to Charlotte, play West Charlotte. Carmel Christian plays right before, so the student section will probably still be there. Quick thoughts on just that game before we bring Edwards on. I think it's going to be a live game. I mean, if you know West Charlotte, they bring a crowd. So I think that's going to be a little added extra motivation as well too. So yeah, no, it'll definitely be a fun one. We'll be back with you guys in just a few moments with Rod Edwards, assistant coach here at Greenfield.
I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back, tell me I'm garbage. I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Why you be all on my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with it, who line for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double. I don't do discussions on bragging about hundreds. Don't go to your places, I know that they sunken. Don't call me your brother, I barely could trust it. I talked to a shorty, she bagging the bugging. And I'ma need all of my dollars on corporate, so hand me the money, I divvy the pie. I'ma give all of my people a portion to build them a fortune, I'm flipping the ride. I can't be mixy when iffy the vibe, and 40 on 50 is really the time. Why is you all on my phone like you want me, like you wasn't pushing the kid to the side? I don't know if you
thinking I'm blind. Cross on my crosses and dot on my eyes. Done with your efforts, I'm dealing with pressures. I know it's a lesson, that's word of the wise. Dubbing the mixes I'm mixing, I know I've been missing. I needed some personal time. All the pictures, dimensions, I don't with your digits. I mean it, I'm staying inside. Cause they got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems. I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression, it's all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it.
What up, what up? Welcome back. It's your boy Rob Bridges of the 252 Tip-Off Live Show, live here at Greenfield School. And we got a special guest right now. This gentleman right here, man, is near and dear to my heart. This is somebody I've known probably since I was a jit, man. But Coach Rod Edwards, assistant coach here at Greenfield, the father of Nick and Kobe Edwards. Also, I made a head coach of one of the more exciting teams in the state of North Carolina, Team Trez, Edwards as well, too. And appreciate you coming on, bro.
Hey, thanks for having me, man.
No doubt.
Was that introduction good enough for you? Or?
Yeah, absolutely.
We did you right.
You just left something out, though.
What'd I leave out?
Big brother.
Big Rod, yeah. we got a new R&R, double R show coming up. So,
yes.
Oh, my goodness. So, for you, I want to ask you this because I feel like it's important to ask every parent who coaches their kids. How do you balance coach and dad?
I'll be honest with you, man. I've been doing it with them for a long time, and I actually played myself, so I understand like the importance of just treating them like they're regular players.
Yeah.
I do not look at them like they're my kids. I'm a firm believer in if I do that, then I'm hindering them. You know what I mean? So, because I know once they get away from under me, it's going to be some serious stuff going on. So I try to prepare them in every aspect of this game. So, yeah.
No, absolutely. So, talk about this Greenfield team this year. You know, a lot of expectations placed upon you guys last year. You know, you lost in the state championship game to a good United Faith team.
Yep.
What's the expectations this year?
Well, we looking to go back, and I know we moved up to 2A, but I'm going to say this, man. A lot of people think they're not talking about us this year. And honestly, they didn't talk about us last year like that.
Right.
And I think we're a better team this year. And that's no disrespect to Aaron Murphy. Aaron was definitely our guy. However, I think we're a lot faster. I think a lot of the guys that's returning has gotten better. And so yeah, I think we're better, man. And I'm looking to go back.
Definitely. So this game tonight against Wilson Prep, obviously being from the area, how important is this for these kids to come out and put on a show for the crowd that's going to be packed in this gym tonight?
Well, I was listening to y'all pre-show, and I heard Rod say it's good for the city. You know what I mean? Well, win, lose, or draw, it's going to be good for the city overall, man. And I'm looking forward to it. The kids looking forward to it, and yeah, and you know we're gonna get that dub. So yeah.
So also, you know, I mentioned earlier that you know you're also the head coach of Team Trez. You know, you had guys like Jordan Vitt who committed to ECU, Randall King, Tyler Barnes, Nick. I mean, just Alex Moore. Just talk about that experience being the head coach and just like how it all came about for you guys.
Yeah, well, honestly, I wasn't even going to coach, Rod. Right? I just wanted to sit back and be a dad during the summer.
Yeah.
And so Coach T from Trez, he actually reached out to me, and I said, well, let me see what I'm gonna do with Nick first. You know, Nick and Kobe, two different players. Their paths is different right now. So I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do with Nick, and so we went and tried out for a team. They wasn't sure, so I told Coach T, I said, yeah, I'll take it. And so I took it, man, and honestly, nobody was, because we didn't have any bigs. So nobody was looking for us to do anything, man. So I told them, hey, this is how we're going to play. We're going to play fast. We got a lot of guards. We got athletes on that team. And that's what we did. And by the third tournament, everybody was following us and wanted to see us play and everything like that. So, yeah, man, that team is something to be reckoned with. And I'm looking forward to get back with them soon.
I do have one thing to ask you about Coach Salter. We're about to have him on a little bit. What does he mean to not only you guys on the staff and the players, and kind of, we saw it last night, how he conducts himself on the sidelines, the calm approach that he has, and the fact that he's constantly instilling confidence in the guys?
Well, I mean, say that again, the first part. What was the first?
Just what his impact on you, working for him under his staff and the players, what it's like for them to play for him.
Well, he's like you said, he's very calm. So, and I'm a little bit, I'm opposite of that.
Yeah.
So
good balance.
Yeah, it's teaching me some things as well. You know, he's a legend in here. So, it's teaching us a lot, man, and I think it's good for the kids. And where it is that he don't do certain things or say certain things, I do. You know, and so I think we work good together, and I just love working with him.
Awesome, man.
Yep.
Well, I think we're good. I think we're about to bring Coach Salter on. Rod, you have anything else?
Nah, man, listen, man, you know I'm proud of everything you're doing, man. Continued success. Like, you're really one of the true guys in the state that really go hard for kids. And, you know, we have conversations all the time about, you know, just uplifting and encouraging, man. So I definitely appreciate, you know, everything that you know you've done for me as well, too. So
For sure.
Yeah,
For
same
sure.
here, same here.
Already.
We'll see you soon. We'll be back on with Coach Salter in just a few minutes.
Yep.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the 252 Tip-Off live show here at Greenfield School in Wilson, North Carolina, and we are sitting next to a legend. Over 500 plus wins. Are you at 600 yet? Close?
Close.
Getting close to 600. 5 state championships. Just even better, one of the best people that I've ever encountered in my life. Head coach Rob Salter at Greenfield Schools. Coach, thank you for coming on, man.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the kind words. It's an honor to be here. I'm excited. This has been it's going to be a great 2 days of basketball.
Definitely. For you guys having the ability to host an event like this as the AD and coach here, how does that help you guys program, get things going with the start of the season?
Oh, it's great, man. I mean, you know, great competition, great exposure for our school, for our program, and you know, this is something I've wanted to do to bring to the area in a while. And when you guys asked, I jumped on it. Like I told Rod yesterday, I hope this is something we can continue.
Absolutely. I can go ahead and take it out. This is going to be a yearly event we're marking on the calendar. Just talk about so far this year. You guys are 4-1 in the season, solid start. Just talk about the makeup of your team and what you feel so far.
I love my guys. I mean, we play really hard. I feel like we play a good brand of basketball. We're very unselfish. We can shoot it. You know, our problem, we're not as big as a lot of teams, but we do scrap. So I told us for us to compete with those teams, we got to play with a lot of heart, a lot of toughness, and for the most part this year we've done that, you know, and our depth is key to us. That's something different in the past because a lot of teams we haven't been that deep.
Yep.
But this year we've got a lot of good depth.
Yep.
I was just about to ask you, I've been watching Greenfield now probably for going on 8 years or so. This feels like one of the more balanced teams you've ever had. How helpful is that for you as a coach, knowing that you have 8 or 9 guys you could turn to rely on?
Oh, it's great. I mean, some of our games, our bench has been the factor. You know, they just come in and bring the energy, and we're wearing teams down, wearing the point guards down, and we don't really lose too much when we go to the bench at all. And them buying into what we're trying to do with our energy and pressure has been great so far.
So good. I mean, this leads to my next question. Actually, just talk about your depth and like how do you get those guys to all buy in? Because you know, coming to a school here, everybody wants to play, wants to be the guy. So I mean, like I said, you legitimately have 8 or 9 guys that can be the man any night. So talk about how you got those guys to buy in.
Well, you know, with the pace we want to play so hard and so fast. You know, we have a thing 32 minutes, and so they know I don't want any of my guys playing 32 minutes because if we want to play at the level that we want to, you can't do that. And so they know that, and they know that coming out is not a bad thing. Coming out is you're getting rest and water, and you go support your teammate and get right back in there. So we kind of take, you know, a lot of kids put their heads down when they come out of the game. We're trying to make sure that you're playing that hard. You deserve this break. So.
I agree.
What can you tell us about our guy at the end of the bench that the crowd was chanting for last night? Seems like they all wanted him to come in and make a play.
Yeah, Joe is a German exchange kid, and I mean he's a phenomenal soccer player.
Yeah.
I mean, he's an ACC soccer player, but's never played basketball. So the kids love him here. He's been great for our school, and the only dribbling he knows is with his feet. So
okay.
first practice, he caught the ball and ran with it. I was like, whoa, Joe, we got to dribble with our hands here. So, but he's been great. He's been great.
So switching gears, talking about the game tonight. So obviously this is a big game for several reasons. Playing against and the history between you two. Wilson Prep's a team won a state championship. They have state title aspirations every year. So just talk about the magnitude of this game tonight.
I tell people this all the time. I love that coach over there. He's family to me. I don't like. It's great for our programs, but I don't like it because I know how competitive he is, how competitive I am. When the ball goes up, we're going to take each other's head off. But I know how much he puts into his program, and he obviously knows what we do here. But he's just done a phenomenal job there. They're going to bring the energy, and so it's going to be fun. This is something I've tried to get Wilson schools to play for a long time, and they just won't play Greenfield in basketball. They do in a lot of other sports, but this is great for us. And I think as you see the atmosphere tonight, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, I can tell you we're working towards that, but you know how that goes. So.
I know, which is fine. I completely understand.
Definitely. Knowing what you know about Coach Atkinson and his team, without giving too much away, what are going to be some of the things you kind of tell your guys heading into this one?
Well, they like high energy, so they're going to press, they're going to put pressure. We got to take, their defense leads their offense, kind of like us. So we know, they're athletic. They got guys that hit the boards hard, so we know we got to rebound the ball. So these guys know each other. They're familiar with their games. They come to our games, our guys go to theirs. So it's really not a surprise of what each other is going to do when we play.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. So my last question, man, is I just being from Wilson, I've been coming here playing pickup with you guys since I was in high school. Even with you and your guys, you used to get on the court with us and run everybody out of the gym. Remember that as well.
Back in the day, a long time ago.
Long time ago. But could you ever envision? Did you have this vision? Just how you wanted the program to be, or?
No. When I first started, you probably remember back before I was here what Greenfield was in basketball. My goal when I got here was our soccer program was very successful. We kind of wanted to get to that level, and people laughed at me when I said that. But for what we've turned it into, and the commitment the administration and people here have given me, and just wonderful kids. I wouldn't imagine where we are now. We're so proud of our program, and we feel like we've got one of the best programs around in the state, period. And we want to continue to get stronger. We want to continue to build, and we're not satisfied, so we'll keep working and trying to continue to. My goal is to put these kids in a spot for them to go, fulfill their dreams. It's about the kids, what I mean? And so these events here that you guys do is so phenomenal for them. It's going to be memories I'll never forget.
All right, man. Well, Coach Salter, we appreciate you coming on, and I think that's about it for Hoop State Game Day. We have the games to go through today, and there's a lot of good stuff going on. The Millbrook-Burlington School game is going to be huge. Northwood has a huge contest in this today against Wayne Country Day, and then the nightcap, Greenfield-Wilson Prep right here live. Get here early if you're going to get here. For Coach Salter and Rod Bridgers, Miles Massacola, we'll see y'all soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
For the love, we in this, we ain't gotta make cash from it. Get the rock to Simmons, guaranteed he make that bucket. Money in the bank, kick it to Ray. It shot like Allen, wanna see the footage, Donnie and Max. They got the cameras and ride automatic, can't let this guy shoot. But they can dump it down to pasta for them inside scoops. And web holes that won't find a glue trace. Keep your shoes laced if you pull up on the hoops.